Yeah, so most guys don't know how to speak to women. Like most guys, this is the biggest mistake that most guys make when they try and speak to women or speak to a woman that they like. They try and show off. They try and impress women, and within showing off and impressing women, they start acting. You could maybe inappropriate is too much of a strong word to use, but you could say that they act insecure. And let me go into and explain the reason why they do this, right? Now, the reason why they do this is because obviously for most guys when they're younger, obviously when we're younger, we start realizing that, we're interested in women and it's a natural and normal thing and normal feelings to have. So at some point when you're younger, whether it was at school in your teens or whether it was when you left school in your later teens, like 16, 17, up until 18, and you start going out to nightclubs. Certainly in my generation, you could say in the late 90s, early 2000, that's what everyone did, especially in London, England, UK, and obviously outside of London, Manchester, Newcastle, all the UK. Men and women would go out to nightclubs, and that would probably be the most popular place that they would meet one another. But the kind of catch-22 was in those times, it wasn't that easy for a lot of guys. So a lot of guys would have gone up and, asked a girl, do you want to dance with me? Or they would have tried to start a conversation and they would have got shut down. I want to hold a side note for a second, they would have got shut down and rejected by most of the women that they approached or spoke to because they weren't confident in themselves. So if you're going up to a woman in a situation, but you're not confident with who you are and you're not comfortable in who you are, and then you say, like, hi, or how you doing, or what's your name, or I like you, or you're nice. There's only so many things you can say, right? When you're being honest and you're being yourself. And then a woman says, okay, nice to meet you, but like, I'm not interested, I've got a boyfriend, or she just kind of says, I've got to go, or I'm not interested, she just shuts you down. When that happens several times, it will affect you if obviously you don't have someone to explain to you and say, look, like, it's not personal. It's not that every woman's going to turn you down and reject you, and it's not because like you're not lovable or you're completely unattractive or you're not good enough. It's just that you haven't built the self-esteem yet in yourself. You're not confident, and women can feel that. They can sense how insecure you are, and it's putting them off. So because most guys, when they're young, they don't have someone to explain that, and they don't understand these things. They don't know the reason. They don't know how to fix their problems with women, how to get that confidence so they can get success and get a girlfriend, get a date, and form a proper relationship, with a woman. So what happens is their psychology becomes scarred or wounded, and then that's when it creates negative beliefs about themselves, because in their own mind it's like, well, every time I tried to speak to a girl and I was honest and I was myself, I didn't get anywhere. All I got was rejection, and that rejection's really hurt me. So now they're going to start second guessing themselves, questioning themselves, and saying, well, this doesn't work, this approach doesn't work, like being honest with women and just being being honest and sincere doesn't work, because when I've tried it hasn't worked. And that's when guys will start thinking, right, I need to start learning some cocky lines, some tricks, some routines, some chat up lines. I need to change myself because I'm not good enough as I am. Women are not impressed by it. And this is obviously later on when all of that PUA literature came about, which hasn't really been about for a long time. A lot of the guys who do that stuff, they think that that's been around for a long time, but it hasn't, because before that, men were just, if you watch the films or you speak to the older generation, if you're privileged enough, or if you speak to your dad, who can account for the way that men spoke to women, they didn't use all of these silly, disingenuine tricks, lines, cocky, funny, fake it till you make it. That didn't even exist. So men will go online and then they will hear the PUA stuff and all that stuff, or someone who does it and they'll think, that's it, that's what I need. You know, that's the reason why girls don't like me, and if I learn all this stuff, women will like me. But the problem when you start trying to do all that stuff is most girls think you're weird, they think you're creepy. Because now you're coming up, you're not being yourself, and you're trying to be something that you're clearly not. So initially, like I said, being yourself didn't work, but now you've exaggerated it. You're trying to do all this pickup stuff and the tricks and the lines, and you're trying to act like an alpha male, or you know, you're trying to make loads of jokes, trying to tease, and it just comes off as weird. It's unnatural, you know. But a lot of guys can't see that. Obviously, like Les Brown says, you can't see the picture when it's in the frame. So they can't see that they're making a fool of themselves. In their own mind, they might think this is the right way to go about it. So at some point, what you have to realize is guys have got to find themselves. They've got to figure out how to make themselves happy. And a lot of guys don't know how to do that. What they're trying to do is they're unhealed, they're not happy, they don't have anything in their life that gives them purpose, meaning, satisfaction, you know, some genuine self-esteem. And they don't have great social skills, and they're relying on the hope that if I get success with women, or if I become a womanizer, if loads of women like me, that will complete me. That's what I'm missing. But what they don't realize is that's not going to work. That's going to be a temporary solution to a long-term disaster. It will not work. And if you hear the stories of many men who have gone down that path, and I'm one of them, they'll tell you, if they're being honest, that it will lead to some darkness. Because again, you're trying to fill your insecurities, your demons, by accumulating, going out of loads of them. I'm not knocking that, because at the end of the day, I'm not encouraging it. I did it when I was young, because I didn't know better. But as I got older and learned, and I had to learn these things, and certain things you have to unlearn. So now let's come back to what most women do like, and what they're attracted to, and what will work. Number one, women like men that are confident. Now that doesn't mean perfect men. No one's perfect. None of us have ourselves down to the point where we have no insecurities. We've all got insecurities. All guys have. All women have. We've all got flaws. We've all got fears. We've all got you know, things that make us feel insecure. But within that, you can get yourself to a place where you're confident. So women are attracted to men that are confident in themselves and are confident with them and comfortable, so that when they speak to a woman, a man can communicate respect for a woman, that he respects women, kindness, empathy, you know, genuine friendship, and of course, being romantic, being charming, being charismatic. When they can sense that and see that, then they're going to be attracted to you. So what I'm trying to say is, the version of you that first spoke to women when you were younger wasn't secure enough, because the version of me wasn't either. And I speak from experience. Well, I speak from nothing but experience. So when I look at the guy, when I look at the man I am obviously now, or the man I even was 10 years ago, it's not the same as the young guy that I was when I was 16, 15. That guy was extremely insecure and shy around women, and didn't really have the social skills and understand how to bond with women, because of bad advice and peer pressure and what is around you, and because I got rejected and hurt as well as a young kid, and I doubted myself. And you know, for a lot of us guys, it's the social anxiety as well. That's a big part of it. You know, the social anxiety derives from the deep embedded insecurities and limiting beliefs. So it's like me going, you know, if we go into a time machine, the version of me that was young and insecure going up to a woman and saying, "Hi, nice to meet you. My name's Jonathan. I think you're nice," and the girl going, "Actually, not interested in you," or you know, or you're not my type, or not really feeling it, as opposed to the new improved version who goes up and does the same thing, exactly the same thing. Hi, nice to meet you. I'm Jonathan. You look really nice. Where are you from? Or I'd like to go out with you. Would you like to come out with me on a date or a coffee? Yeah, I would. Okay, great. And the girl says yes. Why is that? Because the self-esteem, the confidence has changed. I've changed. I've changed something in myself. I've worked on myself. I've faced fears in other areas of my life. That's developed me. I've done boxing. I've done, I've learnt martial arts. I've developed, got more experience in life. Met different people, changed my fashion, changed my appearance. Spoken to more people. So a lot of guys, when they're younger, they don't have that social experience. They haven't spoken to enough people, haven't faced fears, haven't gone through certain things in life. And it's not our fault, because you're young. You're only going to go through so much. So all these different things play a part in a man's ability to speak to a woman and to be successful at getting a relationship, or getting a date, or getting a woman to be interested in you. So when you come back to using somebody else's lines, or trying to imitate another man who's successful, or has women interested in him, it don't work again, because it's not congruent with you. We all see people and think, oh, that person's so cool, I wish I could be like them. But you can't, because they're uniquely them, you're uniquely you. So, coming down to it now this is simple, but it doesn't mean that it's easy. Simple things usually can be simple, but sometimes they can be hard, because in order to apply something that's simple, you've got to let go of all of the difficult things that you've built up in your head, i.e. how to talk to women. Talking to women is very simple, guys. It's very, very simple. It's exactly the same as how I'm speaking now, or how I speak to a friend or someone else. It's being honest, it's being relaxed, it's being yourself, it's expressing yourself, and it's being confident in yourself when you get down to it. So being confident in yourself and being that self equals attraction from women. And of course, it doesn't mean that when you're confident in yourself and you get to that point, you're still going to get rejected. Everyone does. You're not going to be liked by every woman, and vice versa. That's just not possible. It's not plausible. It's just not realistic. But you will be liked by enough women, if that makes sense. So guys have to really realize as well that, and I mean, many women have said this to me, and I've seen many women say it to other men on shows, on blogs, on reality shows, and on YouTube. They'll say, just treat us normally. For guys, just talk to us normally. Like, don't try and be something you're not. But a lot of guys still have a hard time understanding that. So it's the art of just being normal, normalness, naturalness. And it almost sounds like you've got to go around in a big circle, and maybe for a lot of guys we have. So let me give you another example for guys again, how to succeed at talking to women. If, for example, you're a guy who doesn't feel good about his body because you're overweight, or you just haven't trained ever, and if that's really denting your happiness and your mental health, it's going to affect, your social skills and your ability to talk to women. So if you took up martial arts or boxing, or started training regularly 3 times a week, and you got yourself in fantastic shape, that would help so much with your results and your dating and dating life and social skills of women. Because when you feel good about you, separate, irrespective to, how good am I at talking to women or people in general, that comes across, and it makes you more attractive, and it makes you more relaxed in yourself. And women can see it. They can see that shine. They can see that you're fit, that you're energetic, that you've got this. There's a foundation there. There's some confidence there. You're disciplined at something. So a lot of men struggle with women because they don't have any discipline in their life. They don't have anything that gives them confidence, and they're trying to go up to women. They're trying to wing it. They're trying to fake it. They're trying to just, oh, if I could just get a bit of success, it's not going to work because of the insecurity. So you've got to work on yourself, and you've got to be more social. Like I said, the more you socialize with people, the more confident you become. Remaining shy your whole life and hiding from people is not the way forward. And that will dent your communication skills of women, your dating and relationship skills. So all these things I've said are relevant. Now, the limiting beliefs need to be disproved. And a lot of guys they're such firm believers of their own negative beliefs that they don't believe anybody else, maybe even me. I've had it before where they don't believe that success could happen for me with the advice that I'm giving you, because you're in such a negative place. You think that everybody is the same as you when they're not. They're your negative beliefs. They're for you to deal with, no one else. You're projecting them onto everybody else, women, other guys, etc. So when you get proof that your limiting beliefs are false, that's what gives you the confidence. So the limiting beliefs will say, well, a woman's not going to like me if I'm genuine. A woman's not going to like me unless I use lines and all that kind of jargon, all that PUA stuff. Because if I don't use all that, then I'm not interesting enough. I'm boring. She won't find me. It's rubbish. If you get your confidence up and you're honest and respectful towards women, and you have respect for people, and you're a decent guy, and you can show your personality, and you can be happy in who you are and confident, they are going to like you. But to get to that point, you've got to face your fears. You've got to work on yourself. And, like all things in life, especially in relationship skills and human relationships, we've got to go through pain, work through our pains and our aches and our traumas and our limiting beliefs, and grow and change. And that's how you do it. And then a lot of guys who are not confident, who observe a guy who is, they might think, oh, he's boring. Oh, he's not saying anything really extravagant to women. But what they don't understand is that's why he's succeeding. It's not because he's boring, it's just because he's got to a point where he simplifies something that most men overcomplicate. They overanalyze, they have these imaginations to which they think that's how it should look, when a man is confident with women. And in most cases, the fictional story you have in your head is completely different to the one outside of the actual reality of what works. And what works, as I said already, I've told you guys, is just being normal, being yourself. And it's just a normal conversation. Then, because I've heard again women say that, why doesn't the guy just come up to me, just talk to me normally, just treat me normally? I'm a human being, a person. Why is he acting strange or rude or cocky? Why doesn't he just say, hi, how you doing? Nice to meet you. What do you like doing? Where do you like going out? What films do you like? What's your favourite film? Or, what's your favourite, what do you like to cook? What's your favourite meal? Where have you travelled? Just normal things. Just be normal, natural. And you can make a joke. It's just normal. It's not trying to come up with really weird things and strange things and weird behaviours like that PUA stuff. And then, because I'll ask you this question, think about it. Would you like someone who came to you and tried to talk to you, build a friendship, if they started saying weird things to you and acting weird, rude, inappropriate? You wouldn't like it. You'd be like, you just want to get away from them. You wouldn't trust them. Or would you prefer it if someone approached you and they were completely genuine from the heart and they respected you and they were talking to you and they were kind and you got that loving feeling coming off them, even if it's from the same gender, and obviously, and presuming most of you obviously are straight, and just someone that wanted to be friends with you. You'd prefer them to be kind and a loving person and normal, natural. So why is it different when you're talking to women? And the truth is, it's not. But most guys have got bad beliefs and they get bad information from other guys who have also got very closed-minded beliefs on how to talk to women and how to be successful. So if you're interested in being honest, then you'll subscribe to my channel because I've got a lot of life experience, and that's all I can really share with you. And then it's a lot easier. Then it's like, wow, didn't realize that I could just be myself and just be honest with women. I don't have to lie to them, or I don't have to try and act up or put on an act or hide myself or protect myself. Just me having confidence in myself and being open and genuine works a treat, works fantastic. And it has been working for years. It's just that some guys, as I said, have had some rejections when they're younger. They weren't confident in who they were. They lacked that confidence. They lacked the social skills, and they didn't know how to go about building relationships with women because no one showed them, no one told them. But when you think about it, guys, I'll be honest with you, women have been telling us for years, but most men don't listen. I got told it when I was younger. I had female friends growing up. I've still got a really good female friend from my childhood, and aunties would tell me, my nan, my mum, they would give me advice on, how to get a girlfriend. But I had a hard time believing it and taking it in and applying it, which is why it didn't work at the time. So a lot of young guys will complain and say, oh, my mum gave me this advice, but it doesn't work. Or my parents said, just be patient and the right woman will come along at some point, or be a gentleman. It didn't work. But most of the time it's because you didn't work it right. It's because you just made excuses, or you blamed your parents, or you blamed women, or you blamed everyone else, but you didn't take responsibility. So it's not about hating yourself, not saying that, but you've got to take responsibility. If there's anyone to blame, it would be you, nobody else. Any guy can do this, I will say it. Any guy can succeed with this, because I did. And I struggled bad with social anxiety, with insecurities. I was petrified around women for the first, I wouldn't say half of my life, but probably the first quarter of my life. From age 13, 12, maybe 13, 12, up until age 25, worked that out. Probably more than 10 years, a lot longer, until I became more confident and became more social. So it's really about getting over the social anxiety. And then, like I said, it's no different really to how you build relationships with anyone. So I'm probably going to do more videos on this. It's really interesting, and really get into relationship building and honest communication and being genuine, all right? So if you enjoyed the video, like, share, and I'll see you next one. Become fearless.